Hey, what's up guys? Min City here back in with another video, and today we are taking a look at Card Wars Battle Royale CCG. Now that's a long title, but what is this? It's a multiplayer card game available on the App Store. The link to the game will be in the description down below for iOS as well as Android if it's available for Android. Now let's get right into it. Now, first and foremost, the art style and sound design of this game. I actually really do like the music in this game. It can get a little bit repetitive, but it's still pretty varied, and I really do like the sound design. Now, the looks of the game, very comic book-esque, like Marvel-style comic book. Not necessarily the realistic DC comic book style, but very cartoony Marvel, light-hearted superhero comic book style, which I really do like. It's very refreshing. So, if you like superheroes, you like what you see. Now, on to the gameplay, the meat and potatoes of this game. Now, this is Uno, but with more of a versus style kind of thing, where you're doing damage to each other with certain superheroes. Now, that sounds really weird, and I don't know about you guys, but I just love the simplicity of Uno. It does have a tiny bit of strategy, but then most of it is luck and fun just to see what happens, and this is no different. Now, there's different classes of heroes, just like numbers on Uno cards. So those classes, you can match up those classes, or you can match up the color. Now, if an opponent plays a card such as like a ranger chick who has a gun, if they play a red ranger chick and they play it down, and if you have a ranger chick of any color, you can play it down and then it passes it on. So just like if you put down a draw 2 in Uno and the next player has a draw 2, they can stack them, and the player that doesn't end up having the draw 2 takes all of the cards, or in this game, it takes all of the damage, and everyone has their own health meter and stuff of that nature. And cards do different things on top of that. So there's reverse cards, but then those reverse cards will reverse the order and it will do damage to all of the players. There's wilds that will do a lot of damage to one player. There's wilds that'll do damage to all the players and change the color, all of that. So it's basically putting a very small spin on Uno, but it's enough of a change that it's actually really fun. And I don't know about you guys, but I just, like I said, enjoy Uno. And this is hitting the spot, man. It just changes it just enough to where it's really fun. And I feel like there is more strategy to it, because there are health cards as well thrown into the mix. I haven't unlocked all of the cards yet, but I think there's 16 in total that you can unlock. And all the cards have specific uses and timings when they're useful. So say the person who's about to attack you gets frozen, because there's cards that will do damage and freeze them for the turn. If they freeze them and you don't take damage, then you're like, hey, I can use my heal card since I didn't take damage this turn and gain some health. And that's more impactful to me right now than attacking the opponent next to me, if that makes sense. So there is more strategy than in Uno, which is exactly what I want Uno to be, is a little bit more strategic, and this brings it into the mix. A very unique combination. Now, on to the monetization. This is a free game, and this is the downside of this game, in my opinion, is if you guys are familiar with the Clash Royale monetization system, where the more copies of a card you get, the more powerful it is. The same is here. Now you're earning a currency that looks like little dollar bills, and you use that currency to unlock chests, which give you copies of cards, currencies, stuff of that nature. And you're working your way up the ladder, and the farther up the ladder that you work, the more cards you unlock, and so on. So it is pay to win. It can be pay to win. But you can earn that currency and buy those crates. There's not a premium currency. It just speeds up the rate at which you earn the currency, and that you're able to level up your characters and have more powerful cards. However, that luck factor is still there, and even though you have lower leveled cards, you can still beat people with higher level cards because of that luck factor and that little bit of strategy. So just keep that in mind. That is the downside. I wish it wasn't there, but it's such a fun game, and it's super playable as a free-to-play player, just like Clash Royale is. So I highly suggest you guys check this out if you like Uno and you want a strategic twist or a more competitive twist to it.